So for today, we're going to be looking at the Guardian Games 2025 set for the Warlocks. If you guys don't know, we've already done the review video and the shader video. They're both right here. And we've already done the Hunter and Titan video. They're both right here as well. Definitely check them out because I do think some of the sets that I made for the Hunters and Titans are really, really good. Specifically the Titans. I love a lot of the sets that I made for them. Warlocks, you guys are no different. You guys got some pretty cool sets. But if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe really does help because a huge portion of people are actually not subscribed. So if you can do me a favor, like, comment, sub, hit the bell notification because it also does help. Other than that, let's get into it. So to start off, we're going to be using the helmet favor of Zeus hood, and the actual exotic is going to be the Starfire Protocol with the Phoenix Fusion ornament, the Nemean boots for the boots, and then the Ancestral Bond with the Groovadelic combo, so that way I have no bond. For the shader, Royal Protector, I love this shader, it's one of my favorite shaders. And yeah, I actually really like, I didn't mention the Scalded Chunt gloves is the arms. Yeah, I like this set a lot. My only gripe about it is the fact that there's a lot of white here. And that's not a big problem. It's just the fact that like the chest piece has like almost no white on it, aside from the collarbone having some white there. And then the helmet, arms, and the boots all have white. So like that's like just my only issue about it. Not only that, at least to my eyes, the gold on the arms don't seem to be the same gold as everything else. Other than that, I think this is a pretty decent Starfire Protocol set. To be fair, I do like some of the older Phoenix Fusion sets that I've made just because they look a little bit better, but this isn't bad by any means. It's just like, honestly, it's the white pieces from the armor pieces that I'm not the biggest fan of, because like it just doesn't align with the chest piece that well. So Warlocks, let me know what you guys think about this one. As for the next set, we're going to be utilizing the favor of Zeus gloves, and then for the exotic, we're going to be using the Geomax stabilizers with the alternate conduction ornament. For the other pieces, it's going to be Arc-like hood, the painted Kitsune robes, and then the Shadow Broker bond. So this is a funny one because this one constantly gets evolved by me because we get a lot of electrical pieces. So the pieces that usually don't go away would be like the painted Kitsune robes and the Arc-like hood. Those two pieces usually never leave. Now, here's the interesting part about this is the fact that you can actually invert it and use the you can use the Arc-like chest piece with the arms. It's gonna look really cool. I would not use the painted Kitsune helmet because it shaders horrendously. Even though there is a really good like electrical glow on the eyes, it just shaders really shittily, which is why I never use it. Shadow Broker hood or bond is a really good one because it has that plasma look, which looks really cool with electricity. And yeah, I think favor of Zeus just goes really well with this set. If I'm being honest though, I do think the Arc-like chest piece is going to look way better with it, just because the armor on the arms looks better with the Arc-like chest piece compared to the painted Kitsune robes, which is much more of like a cyberpunk type of thing for me. So that's why like I like this set, but I think the best choice would be the Arc-like chest piece, and then the helmet could literally be anything with just a glow, so that way you still retain some of that glow. Shader wise, we're using Real Regalia, and I like this shader like quite a bit actually, and it's a pretty good blue because the alternate conduction, the electrical currents don't change color, so you have to be mindful of that as well. So let me know what you guys think about this one. As for the next set, we're going to be using Royal Protector again with the favor of this hood, but we're going to be using the Nemean robes for the chest piece. Boots will be the favor of Zeus boots, and then the bond is going to be the spiritual bond. For the actual exotic itself, we're going to be using the Nevois filigree ornament for the necrotic grips. And I think this set looks pretty cool. A little boring in my opinion. I think the boots are not a good choice, but to be fair, I just have an issue with the boots in general. I think the gold and the white should be inverted because I always think like the gold, like the trim of an armor should be gold, which is why I'm not the biggest fan of the boots. That being said, I still think the set looks pretty good. I love the brown coloring for the boots when you compare it with the arms and the chest piece. It goes together so well. So like I do like this set quite a bit. It's not my favorite for sure, but I still think it's pretty cool, and combining favor of Zeus with the Nemean robes just makes so much sense, just because both of them are Greek. Because I'm pretty sure Nemean lions were Greek. I mean, hell, I think that the Nemean lions were defeated by Hercules, if I remember correctly. So yeah, the Nemean set just makes a lot of sense with the Guardian Games 2025 set, just because both of them are Greek related. So definitely combine those two. Yeah, I don't have a real issue with this one. Just the boots. I would just say switch the boots out, and I think it would be great. And last but not least, we're going to be using Favor of Zeus robes. Now, this one was interesting because when I first saw the robes, I was like, okay, cool, like immediate like Greek vibes, obviously. And the thing that I really wanted to use was the speaker sight, specifically with the I can't even say that fucking name, but with the ornament. This ornament looks so good with the chest piece. For the arms, Skaldic Chant gloves again, the Pruna Luster boots, and then the Favor of Zeus bond. Shader wise, we're using Regal Daring. I think this set looks fucking cool. I also love how Pruna Luster boots goes really well with the chest piece, because the boots have that red for the pants, which I think go really well with the chest piece. Skaldic Chant gloves I think is a good choice. I know some people might not want that. Completely valid. The only reason I wanted it is because it has feathers on the arms, and the shoulder pads has those feathers out, so that's kind of like why I wanted to do that. Overall, I think this one is cool. Is it the best one? I don't think so. I don't think there is a best one here, because all of them are kind of equally like in the same playing field for me. And it's also the fact that like I like the Guardian, or I shouldn't say Guardian because it has its own name. I like the Favor of Zeus set, but not as much as the other two. I think the Titans and Hunters, I think sets just look beautiful off the rip. These, I was like, I kind of have to work to make these kind of look good. And even then, like there's some pieces that are just going to shader really terribly, like not terribly, but I just don't like how they shader, specifically the boots and the helmet. So Warlocks, I apologize that I don't think these were like the best in the world, but this is also like Warlock fashion is just it's like an extreme. They're either really, really good or they're fucking terrible. There is no in between. At least for the Hunter and Titans, like there's so much wiggle room that like they're gonna look good, or they might look super cool, or they might look okay. Warlocks, it's either good or bad. There is no in between, which is kind of terrible. But I think these are decent, I guess. So yeah, let me know what you guys would do differently. I think the best pieces here would definitely be like the arms. I think the arms are really, really cool. I think the chest piece is super dope. I think the arms are super cool. I think the helmet's pretty cool. It's just shaders really weird. I think the chest piece is cool. Like I think all of it is cool, but just not the same level as the Hunter or Titans. So that is pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Currently working on a few things. We're going to be pushing out the season pass armor. So that armor, we're going to do the review video and the class specific videos all within this week, because I already have it all done, and the voiceover and everything. So those videos should be coming up right after this one. I wanted to do this one first because this armor set is leaving like in a week, I think. So that's why I wanted to push this one as fast as I can, so that way you guys can see the potential, because I do think this armor is super dope. Even the Warlock set, I think their set is worth it for sure. So yeah, after that, we'll probably be working on the Star Wars armor set, because I still haven't bought that. So most likely I will get that armor set in my next paycheck with this, which is this week. And then once we get that, I'll start working on that video, because I do want to make that video. But in between, we're going to be pushing out some videos here and there. Specifically, like I want to talk about trials. I still haven't done that video. I want to push out the class ornament, or the class exotic ornaments that we got for this season. Funnily enough, I never did the Guardian Games Eververse video, but to be fair, if there was any event that I could skip doing that, it would be the Guardian Games event, because it's pretty terrible. For Eververse, that is. There's just nothing worth talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna be pushing out some content for y'all, and I'm gonna see if I can start making some new content for you. I've been thinking about doing a thing where we review the video, or we review the armor, and then I draw out what I would have done differently, because I have a tablet that I can draw. So that's something I've been wanting to do, just because like I want to really showcase just like what I would do differently, because I think that would be fun. But let me know what you guys think. I appreciate y'all. Be safe. I'll see you guys later.